South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So NC State's offense takes the field. And Jesse, this is going to be a fun test. This receiver, if you leave him in man coverage, you might be in for some trouble.
And so when you get him in the one-on-ones, you got to throw his way. He's a really good route runner. He can catch the football. And then when the defense decides to double cover and take him away, that's when you go somewhere else with the football or you run it. The balance in this offense, based on how they play him, I think is big too.
Yeah, and that's what you've got to do as a defense. Sometimes you double team him, sometimes you play zone, mix it up, give different looks, because he's a guy. He's shown the ability to burn your defense and make big plays.
Hand off from the shotgun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. Early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
He's got great speed. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Off the play fake on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Passing game kept his drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Finds his big tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
Headed to the end zone. Offense scoops it up and still going. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the 1st down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Touchdown, Notre Dame! First points of the day are on the board. They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, and this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for...
Ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. Have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll run play action. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 and the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. Trying to find the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Irish.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. Found his open target. Accurate throw. And 2 plays through the air. And they've got 6 points on the board.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Looking for a crease to the left. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. NC State going up tempo.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Leaves it with the running back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Here come the Irish back on offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Makes the catch. It's Hills. There he goes. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. Here comes the offense on 1st down. To the air, it's Burgess. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on 2nd down. Quickly complete. There he goes. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These 2 right now are definitely on the same page.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Hits the accelerator to the right. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. Touchdown, Wolfpack. He got a step in.
Well, that one obviously not how you draw it up. It didn't start off great. Bad ball security. Ball ends up on the floor. But how about Johnny on the spot being there to not just scoop it up, but then shows you the wheels and takes it all the way to the house. An explosive play touchdown.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. All by himself down the middle. Defense trying to take it back. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they turn it into a defensive score.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep two hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds a man in the middle. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Now the play fake. Got a man, it's Hills. Open space at the 25. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Iron! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the shotgun, the inside give. Sweet cut there. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The play action fake. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback on the keeper. Turning it on. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the right. Got the big tight end on the corner route. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Punts it out of the air. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Release to the back. He's open on the right. Out of bounds after a big pickup on the play, just a couple of yards short of the goal line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
4th and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. From the gun. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, NC State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
No love lost between teams anytime they square off inside the Big Ten. Here's one that's just gone final. Northwestern was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Darnell Autry and company delivered in that magical 10-win season of 1995.
Breaks into the open.
No cupcakes this week, fellas. This Big Ten battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Unloads to the right. Got his man downfield. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Give to the running back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times.
Lost one deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looks it in at the 40. Makes a move. There explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on them. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Wants to go up top. A strike downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. First down for this offense. They'll move the tight end. To the air on first down. Oh, they're after him. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Here's a heat. It's complete to the left.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Just keep slinging it. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Gonna run it. It's Garrison. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Right back to the well. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
Looking to throw, it's Burgess. Fires to the big fella. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Hills.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Fires to the big fella. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. The give to the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Wants to fire on second down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Yeah, and that's a timing route. You throw those out routes to your receivers, and he gets out of his break, and he gets his head around. And ideally, you want him to get his head around right in time to catch that football. And you could just tell he didn't get comfortable, didn't get his hands around, his head around in the right time, and he just gets a drop.
They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Irish!
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to swing it on second down. He'll get rid of it. Complete to the right. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Wants to throw on third down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
He'll bring it out. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in South Bend.
Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your...
Oh, he's got some space. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And he was loose loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter they come out and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Right down the middle. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. And the interception was enough. The return made it even better as he gets it down to the 48-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Give to the back. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Dropping back, it's Rios. Throwing right. Makes a connection. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Took a shot as he threw. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go back to the ground. Spins away from the defense. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unleashes to the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
Surging forward on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here come the Irish back on offense. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. Good surge up front. Give him 4 out to the 18. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down at 2nd and 6. Using his legs, it's Garrison. He makes the tackle at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and they'll have a 1st down.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on 2nd down, and you see guys bleeding into the 2nd level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that 1st down.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. This time he's got it. At the 45 on his way. There he goes. Touchdown Notre Dame. And they take it in for 6 more points. With that latest touchdown pass, might be a good time to mention Brady Quinn threw 6 touchdown passes against BYU. That record might be in jeopardy.
And that's a good day. If you're starting to talk about that already, you know he's spinning it. He's in the zone. He's feeling it, reading the defense, everything coming out on target. He is having himself a day.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Handoff to the lone back. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Dropping back, it's Rios. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Hauls it in. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. NC State has to come up with a big play on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Trying play action. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Notre Dame right back to the line.
Great job by the defense that time, getting the sack, but no time to celebrate. You got to line up right now because the offense is going tempo.
Wide open downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. He's going to throw deep right side. Grabs it up the 25 in stride. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyway.
A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a man. It's Rios. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Corrals it at the 45. And the returner will be brought down. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, the ground game. Turning it on. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. into the game, and we'll start with the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires one high and deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Throws for the tight end. He's got it. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Looking downfield, it's Burgess. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Things a little more comfortable after that score. And closer to a win here in Week 5.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Off play action. Fires to the tight end. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Wolfpack line up, facing 3rd and approximately half a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires on the move. Working on the right. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Klein. At the 35, he's open. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Going with the ground game left. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. On the option. He'll toss it. Oh, what a cut! Headed to the end zone. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to surge it in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. This defense has forced a couple of 3rd downs, but they haven't been able to get off the field. Can they force the field goal attempt on 3rd and goal? Trying to pound it in. Touchdown, North Carolina State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here come the Irish back on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's Walsh. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48. Here comes the offense on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Hills. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
When offenses get first downs like this and they've moved the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
From the 30-yard line on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Hills. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility in the guy in that slot position.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They march to the red zone, and here they go. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last. Back's going for the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. They go to the ground. Got room to work. Can't get him to the ground. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Tight end now in motion. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Back to pass, it's Rios. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Stout. Across the 25, he's got room. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12. Off play action on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. No ready to get moving. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you can just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
Buying some time. Trying to... breaks into the open. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
And that's a big reason why this offense is so dangerous. If they get the lead, because of this guy's scrambling ability, they can just close the door, put that foot on your throat, and not take it off. Nobody was open that time. It looked like he was going to get sacked, and he just very nonchalantly was able to buy himself some time. Gets outside, uses his speed, picks up the first down. The offense stays on the field. They've already got the lead, and now they're just bleeding this clock away.
Quick completion on the out. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Wants to throw on first down. Going to try to get it himself. It's a fumble on the play. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. After not